Welcome, everyone, to the 2016-17 Meraki FC presentation. Our objective for this presentation is to discuss the season overview, the club contacts, and the team training. If you should have any questions throughout the presentation, we ask you to write down your notes and send your questions in to Coach DeVal. We will begin momentarily. First on the agenda is a season overview. We're going to be discussing the seasonal training outline, the league and tournaments, and the new age format. For our pre-development and development teams, both teams are going to be training together, fall and spring, twice a week, with one league match on the weekend. Our pre-academy teams are going to be training 3 times a week, with one league game on the weekend, as well as state cup and/or tournament play. Our winter season is optional. However, it is highly recommended that all players take part in a training program. Pre-development and development players will have the option of registering for one training program in the winter, a week, or one training program plus a 5v5 league. As you can see, for our academy teams, they will be participating in the 5v5 Winter League as well as in the 7v7 State Cup. Here you will see the leagues and tournaments played throughout the year. As you can tell, the green check marks indicate the teams that will be participating in the EDP League, which is all. And as you move forward, you will see invitational and X's amongst some teams who will not be participating in certain events. But there will be invitationals to other events that our pre-development and development players will be invited to if we feel they're ready for that competition. Here we have the EDP league structure that they revamped this summer. Our pre-development and development players will be playing in the EDP Festival, which consists of a Saturday morning match with 3 games, 20-minute in length, with breaks in between. There are no standings. There are no recording of matches or referees at these festival games. So understand that it's a very friendly environment for our kids to learn how organized soccer is played. Our pre-academy teams will be playing in the championship division. If they win outright in their division, like many professional soccer leagues around the world, you are then promoted to the next tier up. Here we have the birth year chart. For our returning parents, they are familiar with this chart as we've been preparing for the last year for this season. As you can tell, for our club structure, We have our grassroots level, which consists of our pre-development and development teams. Our pre-academy 2017 will be playing in 7v7 this year. Our pre-academy 2016 will be playing in a 9v9. And our pre-academy 2004 will be playing in 11v11. The club roles. If you should contact our staff, we ask you that please contact our secretary first, as she will direct you and set up any appointment needed to have with any of our staff members. If you should have any questions regarding apparel or jerseys, uniform, or even fan gear throughout the year, we ask you to contact Mrs. Nicole Maluzzo, as she will get you in contact with the company who handles all our attire. In regards to Team Snap, if there's any issues you may have, please contact Mr. David Fields. In terms of our team managers, each team manager will be responsible to ensure that our teams are properly checked in for each league game and tournament, with player passes, rosters, and any additional forms that may be needed. Here, these are all our channels and avenues that we use to promote and branch out and communicate with our parents as well as the community. So if you are a parent who is actively on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or any other social media outlet, we ask you to please share any moments that you have with Meraki so we can share that culture to the soccer community. As you know, we contact you through email, through phone, as well as we have information on our website that's updated with additional information for parents to see, as well as TeamSnap. And TeamSnap is our main source for scheduling games, tournaments, practices, any rescheduling of games. So please make sure that you actively are on TeamSnap and keeping a close eye on the scheduling. Kick is going to slowly start to turn into Sports Engine, and I'd like to say now that I appreciate your cooperation and your patience with the Kick program, as we have faced challenges getting through the software itself. But by the end of the year, we'll be transitioned to Sports Engine. That will be an easier, user-friendly platform for everyone to use. Supporters are very important for the club, because basically our supporters are our volunteers, and our volunteers are our parents. And as I've said since day one, our parents are the face of the club, and we ask you to get involved to any capacity that you can. We understand that families have a very, very big schedule, busy schedule throughout the year, but we hope that you can either take part in the hospitality table, which is basically a station we set up prior to every game that we have, with snacks like granola bars or bagels, coffee, tea, and it just brings the players and the parents together prior to the game. Our club volunteer is anyone who wants to help within the club structure. We'll be more than happy to use it, but we also would like help in the event volunteer. So when we have events like the barbecue cookout, parents are able to kind of lend a hand to feel a part of the club and what we're trying to achieve as a club family. Team training is our last part. The planning is extensive, and when we sat down as a staff, we've concluded that there's three main pieces to it all that make it work. First is attendance. We don't expect you to decipher what this means. What we hope you can take away from this slide, commitment is huge. It is huge for us, not only as a club, but for soccer in itself. And if you wish to improve in the game, you must stay consistent in the craft of improvement. And as you can see here, if you just choose one day out of the week, there are 4 topics that we go over. So if your son misses a practice, it hurts him significantly, especially during game days. And if he doesn't play enough during those games, we want to make sure that we understand that it's not a punishment, but it's more of just the effect, the consequence of what it means to miss a session. So we ask you and we urge you to do your best not to miss sessions. Because as you can tell, they're missing more than just 90 minutes. Here is an example of an evaluation that we look for and we look at to assess our players. I have about 500 pages for one team, and it consists of what you see here and what we do each session. So when you go into those weekends and you expect your kid to perform a certain way, understand that's not our game plan and it's not what we've been preparing for. So we ask you, when you go to these games and you see your child and you're assessing them, understand that you have no idea what they're actually preparing, what they've been working on, and their approach to that game. Our player evaluation sheets will consist of 2 forms. One is going to be for our pre-development and our development players, which is that shield you see to the side of your screen. We're going to list 3 strengths and 3 improvements that they need to make. For our older players, they're going to get more of a statistical analysis to their evaluations, as we believe as a staff that this paints a clear and distinct picture of their efficiency rating in certain areas of their game. The player initiative wasn't a part of our slides, but I feel it's a very important piece that I'd like to share personally with you guys. It's been 2 years where we've been talking to a number of companies, coaches, business owners to get this off the ground. So I stand here before you proud to deliver a cognitive training that would help prepare our young players for the tactical side of the game, that as us, as parents, we would think if a player's in front of the goal with a soccer ball at their feet, you would say, shoot. But in essence, when you download the Nike Soccer app, when you go into the training and you tap on the mental, you'll realize there's 100 other things that a player's thinking about at that particular moment, that hopefully when you go into the mental side of the training of the Nike app, you'll understand that there's just more than just one thing that you're actually listening to, and that's just a screaming voice. So we encourage all our players of all ages to take part in the mental training of the Nike Soccer app. We don't expect our players to be playing 30 million hours a week or 24 hours 7 days a week, but it would be a good indication if they train for at least 20 minutes a day with this app. The last bit is the technical training. It's going to be an interactive Excel sheet that we're going to send a URL link to every parent. Here, our players are going to be able to look at all the skills, time and record their score, and place their score on the Excel sheet. At the end of each month, there will be a leaderboard, and that leaderboard might have your child's name at first. For every team that has a first place leader, they will all win an award. At the end of the season, each leader or each first place will then compete for the ultimate prize of a USA national jersey. The winner will receive their jersey with their name and number on it. This basically is a reflection on what it takes to be a national player and what it means to represent your country. The commitment, the determination, and the dedication. So we hope you encourage this to your child so they can improve off the field and ultimately become better players on the field. Lastly, and it doesn't need much explanation, this season, this is our theme. Have fun. And I hope every parent that hears me understands that you might know the word, but I want you to understand what it means to share that word, to share the fun. Because for myself and for my staff, we enjoy, we have fun doing what we do and sharing that love for the game. And we need your help. We need your help. So we hope you can join us on this journey of giving a lifetime experience to your child that just screams, this is fun. We look forward to a fun 2016 and 17 season. Again, if you should have any questions regarding this presentation, please feel free to reach out to Coach DeVal. Thank you.